It's me, Queen Chef, Chef Author Healer. I'm back, and as promised, we are doing sweet chili sliders and a fry mix with sweet potato and regular potatoes. The 3 seasonings from Queen Chef Seasonings that we're using, 3 of the 4, are Majestic Meats, Herb Armor, and Kingdom Come. So obviously, we're gonna put Majestic Meats on the turkey. So for my sliders, I have ground turkey. If you want to use ground beef, use ground beef. That's not a problem, but I'm using ground turkey because that's what I had. So, all right, we're gonna start with the seasoning. This part is like, this is very simple. Normally, before I do sliders or burgers, I like to season them and then put them in the fridge like overnight or for a little while. I usually like to do that in advance because I know I was cooking on live. I didn't do that. So here we are. Actually, let me go through all the ingredients before I start. So I have ground turkey, the seasonings. I have some easy onion, which is just like a mashed minced onion. I have a red onion that we're gonna chop. I have French fried onions that I love on burgers and sliders. I have some fresh cilantro, pepper jack cheese, feta cheese, that's for the fries. And then we're gonna make a sauce for the fries at the end. But first we're gonna get the sliders going. So, and while I'm doing this, so let me tell you, just in case you watch this later, whatever, I've already peeled, sliced, and rinsed my potatoes. I have them in a bowl in water in the refrigerator. Potatoes in the freezer, in the refrigerator, because the potatoes sitting in the cold water will help them be crispier when we put them in. I'm actually gonna use canola oil, and I'm gonna turn that on just like halfway. I'm gonna turn it on like a 5 so it can start getting warm. And then when I'm actually getting ready to put them in, we'll crank it up so that we put the fries in a hot temp. So anyway, let's season the ground turkey. So I have the Queen Chef Majestic Meats for the ground turkey. And then we're gonna do some of this easy onion. See, I didn't put a whole lot, but decent amount. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more Majestic Meats. And with these spice blends, mine, you don't need a whole lot of seasoning because they're spice blends. We already did the work. All the magic is already there. So you don't need to do nothing really. Let me grab a knife because I'm gonna chop this cilantro a little bit more. I prepped everything, but I want this cilantro to be a little finer. Take some and I'm gonna chop it just a little bit more. Now I like the taste of cilantro on almost everything, so it might be a little too much for you. Go less, you know. Go with a little less if you don't like a lot, but I do. I just want to chop them real good so they can get mixed up in the meat real good. So this part is actually, it's not a whole lot. It's literally just the cilantro, the Majestic Meat, and the easy onion, because the slider itself has a lot going on with it. It's a lot going on this slider. So really you just need to make sure that the meat is seasoned really good. But like I said, use ground beef if that's what you want. But I'm using ground turkey. I'm trying to do a little better on the protein these days. So that's what I'm doing. As you can see, all I did was, this is about a pound. It's only about a pound. And I just put, that was maybe about 2 tablespoons of the easy onion. Seasoned it with the Majestic Meats Queen Chef seasoning really well. And cilantro, because that's what I like on my burgers and sliders. I want to turn the stove on like a 5. I don't want it to cook too fast. And then remember, I'm using ground turkey instead of ground beef. So put it on like a 6 and let that get hot. And then I just really just make sure my seasonings mix into my burger real good. I don't like a plain burger. But with everything else going on this burger, all these toppings and stuff, nothing is gonna be plain about it. So I'm gonna roll these sliders and set them to the side on this cutting board that I used. But anyway, while I do that, one thing I want to talk about that I was thinking about while I was actually getting ready for this live, I was thinking about, you know, some of us a lot of times feel like we don't have the discipline to do things that we want to do or to go after like new ventures or whatever. And what it really is, I know for people like myself, for people like me, one thing that I've always claimed to have been the problem is like, I didn't have the guidance, or, you know, you need help with like which direction to go in and stuff like that. And sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. One thing I will say is that it's important to make sure when you do get the guidance, make sure that you're willing to be obedient to it. You know what I mean? Because it's not always, so that's like my slider size, just fit like right there in the palm of my hand. And I flatten it a little bit because, you know, when they cook, they're going to shrink a little. So I kind of flatten them out. But anyway, it's important to make sure that you have the will and you have enough wisdom to be obedient when you do get the guidance. And I'm bringing that up because that's actually what brought me to doing live. I've been on Facebook since 2012, and there was a small period when I used to like go live, and I really wasn't that interested in it. I just wasn't. But I kind of got, that was the guidance I got, like kind of during my meditation and after prayer this week. Like that was the guidance I got to kind of increase my digital footprint, put myself more out there. So this is me being obedient. For the sake of time, y'all, I'm only gonna roll like 4 of these because for one, I'm just cooking for me, and I'm probably only gonna eat 1 or 2 tonight. So I'm only gonna roll 4, and there they are. Real simple. The pan is now hot. I can feel it right here. So I'm gonna put these right in there like that. And so I'm so used to using beef, I didn't put anything in this pan because, you know, beef is going to create its own fat and oil. But with turkey burgers, it's not going to accumulate a lot of fat and oil. So cook these up. This oil is already getting hot. I'm going to let those cook a little on each side. And while I do that, I'm going to chop these onions because these are going to be a part of, this is a veggie chopper. They're on Amazon. I think they're on Walmart. They're everywhere. But game changer. Whole onion chopped. It was small, but still, it's chopped. Because we're gonna saute those. That's one of the toppings on the burger. I'm gonna flip these, and because these are sliders, they obviously don't need to go as long as burgers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like a real oily burger. Otherwise, normally I would tell you to maybe add a little oil. You can if you want to, because like I said, turkey doesn't accumulate oil like beef does. But I don't like a real oily burger. I like a flavorful burger with a lot of toppings. That's what I like. Y'all about this. This is my sweet chili mayo. I'm not mixing it on camera because I already had it. So I'm using what I already had leftovers. And it is just mayo, whatever kind of mayo you like. I like Hellman's. It's just mayo and the sweet chili sauce. And I just mix them like equal parts, half and half. And I like to put them in these bottles. You get these little bottles. You can get them from Dollar Tree. And I like to, because I make a lot of my own sauces when I'm cooking. So I like to keep these bottles here because I make my own stuff. It's ketchup with the sweet chili sauce, and I did about equal parts, like I said, half and half of each, and the Herb Armor seasoning. Put a little bit of that. But anyway, this is our fry sauce, and it's ketchup, sweet chili sauce, and Herb Armor seasoning from Queen Chef. Book queenchef.com. And it's real simple, but it's real good on these fries that we're about to make. At home, I don't use timers and measuring tools and all that kind of stuff. I do that when I'm at the catering kitchen. I don't do that here. So it's ghetto over here. This is the pepper jack cheese, and I just cut the slices in half. And I'm gonna, once I flip it one more time, I'm gonna lay the cheese on top, because we're also gonna put some cheese on the bread. That's why I'm not putting the whole slice. Plus it's a slider, you don't need that much cheese. All right, I'm gonna turn the fries up because we're getting ready to move on. I'm gonna leave those sliders on here with the cheese on top. And what I'm gonna do now is butter my buns, butter and toast my buns. So I don't like toasters. I like to toast stuff in the pan. And I'll probably always be like that because it tastes better. Buns, plain slider buns. In a buttered pan, lightly buttered. You don't need a lot. You just want a good toasted bun. And I'm gonna just do 4 since that's what I have. And I put them inside down. And I just want them to be like lightly toasted, have a little razzle, give a little extra razzle dazzle to the sandwich. Perfectly toasted. These sliders, these are one of my most popular like appetizers when catering. I don't know why. You know, people love sliders, and then I just kind of thought of some ways to do something different with it. So you'll see when we're finished, but I just thought of a way to like make it a little different. I didn't want to do just like a plain cheeseburger slider. So that's how we got here to the sweet chili slider. And this is a fun little Friday night, Saturday night meal to make. You know what I mean? I mean, you can make it during the week too, but it just feel like a Friday night. Bring that pan back so I can saute these onions. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter just because we don't have the oil of the burgers to saute it in because it was turkey. And these are some of my favorite pots, so I always make sure to use wooden spoons and stuff, because I don't like for my pots to get scratched up real bad. So if that's a problem for you, that's something you think about preserving your good pots, use wooden stuff. Turn that off, and I'm gonna put this directly in the French fry onions. I'm gonna put these onions here. That's the cooked red onions with the French fry onions. And I'm gonna mix that and put some of the sweet chili sauce directly in there. You don't want it drowning. You just want it enough to make it a good mixture. Kind of help them hold together a little bit. See, and that's how I want it to look. That's one of your burger toppings, one of your slider toppings. That's how I like for that to look. Just like everything is glazed. It looks like I let the onion like caramelize, but really it's just the sauce, the sweet chili sauce. And again, for the sake of time, I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna do enough to show y'all how I do them. So all I did was I cut them, and this is what I meant by fry mix. I have a gold potato and a sweet potato. It's a good mixture, and it tastes real good with this sauce, this fry combination. I made this one time, and I haven't been able to stop making it. So what I'm putting this on, I'm just putting it on, putting these fries on napkins, because I want to dry the potatoes, because remember, we're about to put them in water. So I want to make sure they're good and dry. And remember, if you had it heating, you're gonna want to raise it a little bit, because you're putting cold potatoes in there, and you don't want to overcrowd the pan. That's why a lot of things don't cook properly, or why your chicken don't get crispy enough, or different things, because it's usually the temperature or the oil. So as you fill the pan, pay attention to the temperature and don't overfill the pan. About this, it's not potatoes out of the freezer, so you don't want to cook it too high, because these have to cook all the way through. They're not out of the freezer, it's potatoes. So you got to give it the time it needs. So while that's going on, we're going to get the rest of the sliders together. So take the bottoms. I'm going to put my sauce. These are the bottom buns of the slider buns. Slider buns, the bottom pieces. More pepper jack cheese. Remember, we have one on top of the actual slider. Now, the mixture we made with the onions and the French fried onions, gonna go on here. Now guys, like, this is not something that holds together well. You hold it when you pick it up to bite it, but it's not something that holds together well on its own, because I didn't drown it in the sauce. I don't start real high, because remember, you're using potatoes, not freezer fries, so you got to give the inside time to cook, and you don't want the outside to just get brown real fast. That's why I don't start the grease real high. All right, so that mixture, this is a real simple, easy recipe. It's just fun, and I like it for kids too. Like I said, that's why it's a good like Friday night meal. Now, if there are toppings they won't eat, if they won't eat the onion mix, then use something else, or just use the French fried onions, like these ones. Just use those, because they won't even know they're onions. You don't even have to tell them. I'm not promoting lying to your kids or nothing, but I'm just saying, don't tell them. Everybody is not into spice like that, but I am. I love everything spicy. So I'm going to saute these jalapenos. I just sliced one whole fresh jalapeno. I'm going to let those saute in this pan. Checking on my fries again. And see, this is what I like, because they're not getting too brown too fast. So I know my inside is going to be done and my outside is going to be crispy like I like it. These sliders are getting cold. So what I would normally do is I'll have the onion just like on the keep. There's a keep warm setting. If you don't have the keep warm setting on your oven, just put it on like 175. I think that's the lowest it'll go. And just like I would usually have the sliders sitting in there with the cheese on them. But for the purposes of this video, I'm showing y'all everything. But I normally like sit them in the oven, like if I'm making a lot or if I'm cooking something else or whatever. So I'm gonna take my top bun. Put more of the sweet chili mayo. I'm gonna put my 2 pickles that I like. I love pickles. These are the ones, let me see, these are the ones I have. I got these from Aldi, but I'm pretty sure they everywhere. Ain't supposed to be promoting nobody, but these are good. I just come in here and eat these straight out of the refrigerator. And you know what else I do? I put, like, if you like flavored pickles, I'll drop some fresh garlic cloves in there. I'll put a little bit of cayenne pepper and drop like a spicy pepper, like a jalapeno or something like that. Drop it in there and then let it sit for a couple days in the refrigerator. You got spicy pickles. I love that. And like maybe like peppercorn, something like that. So, but anyway, the top to my bun, I'm gonna put my 2 pickles, my charred jalapenos. So I'm gonna put me 1 jalapeno on there because they're kind of big. And I know y'all like, she just keep picking stuff up out of this pan. I cook for a living, y'all. So you gotta remember, I call them hot hands. I just be doing stuff. And I don't really feel it. I don't know, nerve damage, maybe, I don't know, something. But I don't even feel it like when I do that. So jalapenos, pickles on each. And boom. I got OCD, they gotta all look alike. And then the top, I just put more of the sweet chili mayo. And it looks like a lot. And so like, here it is finished. If I were catering though, if I was catering, I would not have the jalapeno, and I have those picks that are gonna go in them because they're appetizers. So that'll go in them before I like stage them or lay them out. I'm not using any picks because I'm gonna eat these, but that's how that would go. So I'm gonna do all my top buns. All right, my fries are about done. They're as brown as I like them. Cook your fries how you like them. But remember, if you want like that extra crispy fry, just remember to sit your potatoes in a bowl of water and sit it in the fridge for a little while. Like if you know you're gonna make the fries on Saturday, just do it like Friday night. Sit them in the fridge and put it in sit them in some water and put it in the refrigerator. All right, and I have this pan here with this strainer thing in it. So I'm gonna put these on here to let this grease drain off. Because I don't want them to get soggy. I want them to stay crispy. And I'm going to go straight onto them, straight out of the grease with Kingdom Come, the all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to go straight there with that. And here we go. Now, we already made our sauce for the fries, remember? It was ketchup, herb armor, and sweet chili sauce. That was for the fries, for dipping. Or you can pour it over the top, whatever you want to do. I think I'm pouring mine over the top. But here's one of the things for the fries. I'm gotta hurry up while they're hot. But this is feta cheese. I normally like to get the flavored feta cheese. If I don't get the flavored feta cheese, then what I do, I take herb armor again, same one we use for the sauce. I'm gonna put it directly in the container. And I'm just gonna shake that up like that. Make sure it get all up in there. And then boom, I got seasoned flavored feta cheese. Voila. So I'm gonna take these fries. They could have went a little longer and got a little crispier. But again, like I said, cook your fries how you like your fries. While they're hot, I want my feta cheese to go directly on there. And I'm crumbling it more. It's already crumbled feta cheese, but I'm just crumbling it a little bit more as I drop it on now. Because I want it to melt down a little bit. Feta cheese with the herb armor. And I'm going to go ahead and put my fry dip. I'm going to go ahead and pour it on here. Because that's how I want to eat them. Yeah, that's how I'm going to eat those. And then sweet potato fries and gold fries. Russet potatoes are the best for like fries from scratch, home fries, whatever you call them. Russet potatoes are probably the best option for that. But I like my sweet potatoes and my gold potatoes. So there's that. Very simple. More of the feta is like underneath. But I like feta cheese on these fries. So I'm gonna put some more. Like Auntie Tab say, because that's my business. But so that's my fry mix. Sweet potatoes and gold fries, feta cheese, and the fry sauce that we made on top with the sweet chili fry sauce that we made with the sweet chili burger slider. Take it, tag me when you do so I can see. Just take a picture or something so I can see. I want to see. And again, you get your seasonings. This is 3 of the 4. It's these 3 plus the seafood palace. So tag me if y'all make it. Y'all share the video, share the live. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Bye.